Hello and welcome back to the 3 Minute Devar, and thank you for taking the time to watch the very next 3 Minute Devar. This week's portion is Parshat Bo. Bo is the third portion of the book of Exodus, and it's also the very first portion where the Jewish people receive a mitzvah from Hashem, a mitzvah from God. The very first mitzvah, the very first commandment that the Jewish people receive is the mitzvah of the sanctification of the new moon, which may sound slightly obscure. One wouldn't imagine that is the very first command that the Jewish people get. Why wouldn't God have started them off with one of the Ten Commandments, I guess, with not to steal, not to kill, the standard ones that we'd have thought of. But no, the very first one which appears in the Torah is the sanctification of the new moon, where two witnesses had to come to the Beth Din and say, we saw the new moon, and the Beth Din would then declare that it's the new month. One of the messages or the reasons behind this interesting mitzvah of sanctifying the new month or the new moon is the fact that it puts time in our own hands. The Jewish people, if we think about what they were going through then, they were slaves in the land of Egypt. They were completely dependent beings. They had totally lost their independence. They had lost their freedom entirely. And not only were they enslaved to the Egyptians in Egypt, a physical slavery, but they had their own personal slavery as well. They had the slave mentality. They felt like they had no control of their own destiny. And the very first mitzvah which God gives them is, no, you have the power over time. Time doesn't control you, but you control time. And you have the opportunity to be who you want to be, regardless of the circumstances that you live in. It's not the time that dictates who you are. It's you who dictate who you are. The Jewish people were about to embark on their first experience of freedom for 200 years. They'd been in Egypt under the most strictest and hardest of environments. And it's no good leaving Egypt if you're still going to feel like a slave even once you've left. And although they would have been, they would have been free people, free from the shackles of Egypt, unless they understood that they had control of their own destiny, unless they understood that they were now independent, they had free will, they could do and behave the way they wanted to behave, then it wouldn't have meant anything for them to leave Egypt. Leaving Egypt would have to have meant that they recognized the internal freedom that they had as well. And the mitzvah, the commandment to sanctify the new moon, taught them that you have the power over time. We are not products of our environment. We are not products of the experiences that we live through. We have the ability to see beyond them. We have the ability to rise above whatever's going on around us. This is a very timely message for us as well, going through the current crisis and current challenges that we live in. But it was a very timely message for the Jewish people as they were about to embark on their freedom. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom, and looking forward to really being able to get together with you as soon as we possibly can.